Greetings and salutations. Happy holidays, everybody. Although I know you're probably thinking, fit on the 6th day of Christmas, blah da 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 da, a video was late. This was supposed to come out yesterday, but I was. It was a bit of a busy day, and actually, no, wait. I completely totally forgot about this. I'm sorry. Since, you know what we're doing? We're looking at going back when it comes to nostalgia. We're going to looking at a Sears catalog from 1990, from the holiday season of 1999. So, what I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to discuss it, and at the same time, I'll probably look at say, hey, I'll spotlight a few things and go say, hey, you know, I was 7 in 1999, so I would probably be thinking say, you know what would have wanted from this magazine as a kid? What would I have wanted? Um, yeah, so basically I had to say if I was to say, hey, looking at say, one, circle that. Because honestly, back in the 90s, that's one thing that happened a lot. You would get magazines from Toys R Us. Or heck, I think they had some from KB Toys, but they had several from Sears. And they would have basically a holiday magazine where you'd click what you want, and then you'd give it to your parents. This one would have say, for this seasonal one, they would have say moments where say pages where it's say, hey, here's one where say gifts under $20, gifts gifts under around 30, 40 or something like that. And yeah, honestly, looking back at that, that's pretty cool, especially when you're thinking back as a parent back in that time period. You'd be thinking say, what can I get for my kid, or what can I get for my significant other if I'm having to work with a budget. And I'll be honest and say yeah, there's looking back at this there are a few things I would have wanted back then. When it comes to gaming, I think I got a Game Boy Color as my first game system. If you want to know the story about that, I had gotten it as a birthday gift on my first trip to Disney World, and it was Mickey's racing for Game Boy Color, and well, it was my birthday, and one thing they did, my parents basically said, hey, can you make it seem like Mickey is wanting to give this gift and all that? And I mean, I know this doesn't have to do with the holiday, but it just, it made me think about that. I'm sorry. But speaking of which, what I'm trying to say is the first game system I ever had when it came to home consoles was the PlayStation 1. And yeah, I can see, even though I would have been a young child, there was say some games on there that I would have say, cool. They had Dino Crisis in this book, and I mean, I eventually ended up getting Dino Crisis as an adult, and it would have been a game I would have say. Wow. Mostly because I thought, okay, this is scary. I'll be honest and say, as a child, the movie that scared me, Jumanji. The movie scared me as a child. Because I thought, the plant scene, um, like the, uh, the plant sequence, I thought it was a snake. I don't like snakes. I'm sorry. I mean, unless, say, it wasn't a snake that you could be, comfortable around, then yeah, maybe. I did tell myself maybe I would, one day try to get a snake to, conquer my fear of it. Um, one thing that this magazine also had is that, um, it had, like, say, dolls, and, like, mostly the ones that you put on the stand. Growing up, my mom, she would always get those from my grandmother as, like, a gift. And, I mean, some of the ones they have in this book, they look pretty nice. And I mean, honest and say, there is, like, say, one, um, yes, I was 7, and I can't remember if I was a Boy Scout at this age. I can't remember. Um, at the same time, I'm gonna say, like, there's, like, one Barbie doll in there, and I'm just, like, say, that one looks pretty cool. Which it had Barbie and Ken, and they were, I think it was, like, a medieval, like, look for them. I think I said, okay, that's pretty cool. And, yeah, I think in, like, looking back, this is, like, say, like a book that really gives me that bit of nostalgia flowing. And yeah, like, over the years now, like, say, when I first moved here, I the holidays, sometimes it didn't totally hit me. It didn't really always hit me because, um I guess, like, going from one state to another, and at the same time, um not really, like, like, not having that friend foundation for a while. But I mean, honestly, say I'm doing better. I'm doing a lot better. Like, I'm in a better emotional place. I'm a lot happier. I'm my confidence has, gone from here to, like, right there, man. I'm a lot happier. But yeah, like, did you ever see these books? Did you ever get to use one of these? Did you ever get to uh show your parents into these? Because sometimes I'm looking back at this, and I'm just, like, saying, like, yeah, like, suddenly you'd like, open a section that dealt with, um like, say, a toy section, and then suddenly you flipped over to like, would have sweaters with team emblems, and then suddenly you'd be saying, say, watches, and all that. So yeah, like, this was kind of fun. This is kind of fun to look back at this. That's just how I think about it, though. I'll see you next time.